See you dance for me till the sun comes up, till the light bounce off your skin. I want you to put your hands on me. What they know about us, like a drug. When I taste your lips, on God, I be so down. But I swear your touch lift me up more ways than one. I can see the way it goes now. Don't you break my trust, love my heart can't take too much. I ain't really with the game plan. Keep it true when I know you on the same page.
Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking with Kattie. Please don't mind my slightly slanted table. This is actually a pool table, but we also use it as a normal table. So it needs to be balanced, but it'll do for now. So what I'm gonna be doing today is making Magwenya. And for those who don't know what that is, in English they're called fatcakes. So I hope some of you are familiar with that. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna be using and what I have, like the ingredients and the utensils and all of that. And yeah, let me get started. So I'm gonna be using this for mixing everything, and yeah, it's basically like the mixing bowl. And then I have a teaspoon and a spoon. I'm also going to be using that for the measurements. And then I have my salt, some sugar, and then I have the yeast and the flour, and I also have a measuring cup. So ever since I was young, my mom used to use these to measure for anything that she used to make, like in terms of baking and stuff. So we still have these and she still uses these, so this is what I'm gonna use. And then lastly, I have lukewarm water in here. So yeah, that's also gonna be handy. Let me get started in terms of mixing all my ingredients together. So I'm gonna use the flour. I'm gonna need 10 cups, but you can use 8 depending on what you prefer. So I'm gonna be, I said 10, right? I'm gonna be using 10 cups. 1, 2,
You said I've been hiding. I know I've been silent. Got a jail, we been busy. I got my front up like Willie. She know I'm trying to get up inside like. Can I use your bathroom quickly? Stand
my 10 cups of flour. And then I'm just gonna put the yeast in. All of it. I'm just gonna pour all of it in there, just like that. Just like that. And then I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of salt. Okay. I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I only recently learned how to do this. I grew up with my grandmother doing this for us every time all the kids were there, but I recently learned, like I think a few weeks ago, and I have been obsessed. I have been making these a lot, so I'm just really glad that I know how to do it now. So I'm gonna be going in with the water now. Oof. Okay, wait, I need to, yeah. Okay, now that everything is all mixed together, I don't know if you guys can see everything, all the yeast and all of that. I'm gonna be going in with the water. Guys, I washed my hands. I promise, I washed my hands before I started this whole process. Just going in with this water and I'm mixing everything up. As you guys can see, I hope you guys can see. No, I'm just trying to mix everything up. It shouldn't be too wet, but it also shouldn't be too hard. So you just have to be conscious of like the amount of water you're adding to your mixture. Ooh. Now this is the process that I usually do with the help of my little brother or my mom, but I am trying to learn to do it by myself, because when I leave here I'm not gonna have any help whenever I want to have Magwenya. So I'm gonna have to learn to do this by myself. Normally I get their help because it's kind of hard pouring the water and like trying to get everything all together, the mixture all together, because I'm gonna end up having to use both hands, so it's gonna get quite difficult, but I'll manage. Oh my goodness, please don't mind the faces that I make during this video. It's just kind of so hard. So yeah, I'm just trying to use all my strength. So this is what it looks like right now. It's not done, but we are getting there.
I know I've been silent. Got a JLB, been busy. I got my front up like Willie. She know I'm trying to get up inside like, can I use your bathroom quickly? Stand on the porch like MTV. Show me around like I never seen it.
So as you can see, it's getting quite softer. And I think this is about as much water as I'm gonna add. I'm not too sure yet. I need to beat on it more and see if this will be enough.
I've been moving solo, Kiki. With no sending, so you can't see me. Pull up outside, you're creepy. Roll the windows down, yelling Kiki. 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 Roll the windows down, yelling.
So as you can see, it's much more smoother. It's not exactly like smooth because it's not wet, but it's not that hard and it's not that soft. So this is how it should look. And then I'm just gonna cover this up. Just gonna cover this up. So now that my hands are clean, I'm gonna have to make sure that this is closed properly, because we don't want any air coming in. There we go. Don't want any air coming in, so it has to be closed properly. So now what I'm gonna do is go put it outside, and I'm gonna show you guys that process. I'm gonna have to cover it with a blanket. It has to be in the sun, so you guys will see that shortly.
Stand on the porch like MTV. Show me around like I never seen it. Man, you know you been inside. Who you hit it. You calling me a smart ass, really? I'm addicted to a blind like Didi. She like, wait, slow down, boy, easy. Easy, who me? I don't know what that mean. Girl, I've been hard for like way too long. It's been way too long. Haven't buzzed in a minute. Whoa, whoa, had to wait for a minute.
So as you guys can see, I have it all covered up, and I'm gonna let it sit there for like an hour or so. And no, I'll just check on it and then see if it has risen. I'll keep coming to check on it, but I'll come after an hour, and then we're gonna get to the second process after that, so stay tuned. So now we're going to be using the oil, and then I'm going to be pouring it in here. Not a lot, but enough to cover the Magwenya. So I have lukewarm water with salt, so I can dip my hands in and out for taking the dough out. And then here's the dough. Oh my goodness, it looks so good. So for this next process, you need to dip your hands in the salt water and then go onto your dough. You're just going to gather a bit of the dough. You're going to get the size that you want. Doesn't have to be too big, doesn't have to be too small. And then you're gonna shape it in a sort of an oval shape. And the reason why we're doing this is because we don't want to have any excess dough inside. And if you'd rather prefer any excess dough, then you can just make it into a ball. Just round it up into a small ball or a big one, depending on the size that you want. And just repeat that process until you have enough in your pot, and just keep going. So this is the finished product, you guys. You might see these fork impressions on them because it's a good way to test if they're fine when you take them out of the oil. So if there's still some stickiness on your fork, then that means it's not yet ready, but if not, then you're all good to go. So yeah, man, I'm happy with the end results and I can't wait to eat.
There's no limit, baby, there's no limit. Yeah, you take me higher, higher than the clouds I glow. There's no limit, baby, there's no limit. Yeah, you take me higher, higher than the clouds I glow.